Hi, Jim Schreiner here on my Jesus Christ Enough Already tour. I'm still in my RV in the RV park, getting ready to hit the road. But before I did, I want to talk to you a little bit more about nutrition. You know, you're going to be hearing a lot about this term called epigenetics. You know, I've been following the theory of epigenetics for years, and epigenetics basically says that you can actually kind of perform above your genetics. And I talked about that in one of the earlier segments, that I came from a family history of a lot of chronic disease. Both my parents had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, and they took medicines because of that. Well, my siblings, all my brothers and sisters, suffer from the same chronic diseases. Well, in epigenetics, they actually teach, and this happens to what I believe, that you can actually alter the future of your genetics, of your genes, of the cells in your body by your thought process. You can actually change that future. And I believe that. It all starts right here in the mind. I often say that, you know, just imagine that this is the hard drive of the computer. You've got to rethink things. You've got to bring in good thoughts and take out bad thoughts. And you have to believe that you can live disease-free. And you need to believe that you can live a healthy life. And you need to believe that you can live a prosperous life and that you can be financially rewarded. And once that belief system starts, believe it or not, it allows the body to follow. But just believing it is not enough. And you'll hear a lot of these doctors talking about that you need to clean out the environment, change the environment. Well, you have to change the environment in your brain, but you also have to change the environment of your surroundings, the air that you breathe, the sun that you take in. But most importantly, you've also got to change the food that you eat. You know, I use this example all the time. I don't care. You can lock yourself in a cave and think positive thoughts all you want, but if all you're doing is sucking down Twinkies and donuts and Krispy Kremes, guess what? Your body's going to follow in that direction. So you can think that you want to be healthy all the time, but if you don't change your surroundings and you don't change your environment, thinking healthy thoughts is just not enough. So what I want to do here on my YouTube channel is I want to teach you practical ways, applicable ways that not only change your thinking, clear out that garbage, and bring in healthy thoughts, but also change your environment. And what I want to focus on today is the environment of nutrition. You know, years ago, I actually read a profound book by Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. If you get a chance, get that book. It was about heart disease, how to prevent, how to cure, how to stop heart disease. And obviously, since I have a serious family history of that chronic disease, I was very interested to find out how I could prevent it in my life. And in his research studies, science has proven, I need you to pay careful listen to that, because it's not just a theory. He actually backed up his theory with factual data, science, that proved that people on a plant-based diet that ate a majority of the food that they consume strictly from the earth, as in fruits and vegetables and whole grains and healthy foods direct from the earth, not only the people that consume that, but the cultures that predominantly live that lifestyle, that ate plant-based nutrients instead of animal-based nutrients, virtually had no heart disease, and they virtually had no chronic disease, because if you can eliminate heart disease, chances are you can eliminate just about every other chronic disease, because they all fall in line. So for the last 20 years, my wife and I had been practicing, I call it Fishetarianism. I know it's funny. There's an actual term called Pescetarian, and that is a vegetarian that also eats fish. Well, I try to become a vegan that eats fish, and I happily coined and trademarked the term Fishetarianism. And what that is you follow that lifestyle. I eat almost entirely a plant-based diet, consumed mainly of vegetables. I eat sparingly amounts of fruit. Most of the fruit that I use, I put in my smoothies, which you can get a copy of my smoothie guide in my Live Disease-Free Naturally book. I have a smoothie guide and a meal plan and all that kind of stuff. But I've been following this Fishetarian diet, again, which is probably 90 to 95% plant-based, a majority of that vegetables, high concentrate of fiber-rich vegetables. I ate a lot of spinach, a lot of kale, celery, broccoli, cauliflower, I mean, you name it. When you go into the grocery store, if you just shop to the right-hand side, normally in the fruit and vegetables section, you'll see all these brightly colored fruits and vegetables. If you can predominantly eat off of that I guarantee it, you're going to lower your risk of all chronic disease, especially heart disease. Now, a lot of people question, well, Jim, if you're on a plant-based diet, where do you get your protein? And that's a crazy question, because your body really doesn't require a lot of protein. That's been actually played way out of proportion. Your body doesn't need a lot of protein, and it needs so little, in fact, that most plants actually have the right amount of either proteins or combination of the amino acids that make up the protein molecule that you can get every day. Matter of fact, spinach is loaded with protein. There are a lot of foods, plant-based foods, that have a lot of protein. Now, I don't eat any animal products except fish. I love salmon. I try to avoid, I actually love seafood, shrimp and scallops and that type of stuff, but I try to avoid them because they're very high in saturated fat, cholesterol. But I eat a lot of salmon. I just love fish. So about 2 or 3 times a week, my wife and I would eat fish. We'd take a piece of salmon or grouper or mahi, and we would usually bake it or simply, real lightly pan fry it. And we could a lot of times put it over a salad, or I would cover it with asparagus and all types of, I love peppers, I love bell peppers. So I'd cut them up and put a little onion and garlic on there. And I'm telling you, it's a fantastic meal. And now you've gotten a high dose of concentrated protein, which has the omega acids that we always talk about for improving heart health. And you combine that with your salad, which is loaded with high concentrates of antioxidant and fiber-rich vegetables. I'm telling you, you got a perfect meal. That has allowed me to not only keep my weight down, I've never struggled with a weight issue, but I also, at 56 years old, I've never been sick. I think I had a cold once. And I don't have any chronic disease. I don't take any medicines. I don't even have a family physician because I don't need one. My body is performing at optimum health because exactly what I told you, exactly what I teach. I changed the environment in my mind to that I want to live a healthy lifestyle, and I've given happy thoughts and positive thoughts to change the environment in my mind, but I also changed the environment of the food that I consume. And I think that's probably just as powerful, or right behind just as powerful, as changing the mind. When you change your mind and you decide that you want to be healthy and you want to get on this course of living disease-free and living a vibrant, healthy life, you must change the food that comes in your mouth. You must change the landscape of your environment. And that's what I want to help you with. So if you can, follow the principles of Fishetarianism like I do. Matter of fact, Google it. I think it'll bring you to our website. And on my website, I'll try to give you recipes, and I drink a lot of smoothies and stuff with my plant-based diet in them. And so again, basically, I'm a vegan that lives 90 to 95% on plants. And when I want to consume protein, I usually consume a tuna or a salmon because they're high in omegas, and that gives me my protein, and it's a great meal. So if you get a chance, look up and try to follow that system. And like I said, it's worked very well for me, and believe it or not, it has worked well for billions of people, not millions, billions of people. People in other cultures that follow that type of a diet are living disease-free, just like me. Continue to watch me on my Jesus Christ Enough Already tour, where I'll be traveling the country talking to people about all the things I think are important: religion, faith, miracles, healing, food, nutrition, you name it, I'm going to be talking about it. So continue to tune in, watch me on the YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you can find Jim Schreiner, or just go to jimschreiner.com and watch me on the road. I'll see you soon.